Good night, good morning is where you find us today. And today we are being joined by Nicole, who is a sales representative for a couple of the brands that they do carry here at Goodnight Good Morning. We're looking at Marie Jo and we're also looking at Prima Donna. But first, we're going to start here. Introduce us to the brand a little bit.
All right, well, Marie Jo is a Belgian brand, and you know the Belgian people, they do everything well. They do chocolate, they do bras, they do waffles, and beer.
Oh, perfect.
So they're really good at, perfectioning things. So this bra, I just wanted to talk about real quickly. It's our best-selling bra. It's called a Vero. And to the average person, all these bras probably look exactly the same.
They totally do.
Yeah, but they're all different shapes. So what we want to drive point, the point home is, every bra fits differently, and even though they might look the same, they fit different breast shapes differently.
It's true, and everybody has a different breast shape. And I was recently here for a bra fitting. The women here are excellent, by the way. They make everything so easy, and they make you feel so comfortable. My boobs are a very different shape. It took a couple of times to get the right fit.
Yeah, same here. And when I first joined the company, they said, well, this bra is our best-selling bra, so you should, you should try that one.
Yeah.
Tried it, bought it, didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Then I tried the next shape, tried it, bought it, still didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Then the third shape, I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere.
You sound like me.
Yeah, and then it wasn't until like the fourth or fifth shape that I was like, okay, this is what's working for me in a padded t-shirt bra. But as we get older, it is harder and harder to use or to wear a padded t-shirt bra, and that's where darts and seams come in, and elastics and things like that.
Is it because we're losing elasticity in our breasts?
Yeah, it's that, and also, one bigger than the other is a big issue. A padded t-shirt bra sort of try to make everything the same, whereas the laces and the stretches, they accommodate for the different shapes and sizes, so they're easier. So I always like to tell people, seams and darts are your friend. Just like in clothing, if you want a t-shirt that's a complete box, you're going to look different than if you have darts and seams that give you shape.
It's true.
Yeah, so that's the same with bras. But, there's a padded t-shirt bra for everyone. It's just a matter of finding the right one.
Yeah.
But just know there's other bra shapes that'll work really well. And then on top of that, there's straplesses and push-ups, but it all has to do with sort of the depth of your breast tissue. Some are shallower than others. Also the plunge. Some are lower than others. And some people just can't do plunges, especially if they're padded. I myself, I can do a plunge if it's not padded. So it's just a lot of trial and error, and that's why it's important to come and get fit by experts who know all the brands and all the shapes, and they know what your breasts need.
Okay,
so
well, coming up, we're going to discuss more about bras, but we're also going to chat swimwear because summer, well, it feels like it's here. There's so much more coming up on Morning Live from Goodnight Good Morning. Welcome back to Goodnight Good Morning. We're talking about another few brands that they have here with Nicole, Prima Donna and Twist. Same umbrella, different branches, correct?
Exactly. So still owned by the Belgian company that I work for. Prima Donna is developed specifically for larger sizes. Okay. So the stuff that we use to make them has to be very specifically formatted for those larger sizes. So we have less fabrics to choose from because they have to meet our very strict standards because we do go up to M cups. So Prima Donna, I like to think of it as a bra for someone who's very elegant and refined, who needs to go up to maybe an M cup.
Okay.
Whereas Twist is sort of a little bit more youthful, a little bit more playful, a little bit younger maybe. Okay. Doesn't mean you have to be young to wear the Prima Donna Twist, but you have like more of an edge to you. You want something a little funkier.
Oh, okay.
So we tend to do more interesting things.
Not so conservative.
Yes, and there we also tend to do more padded t-shirt bras as well.
Right.
Because the younger people tend to like those, padded t-shirt bras. Whereas as we get older, we know we need more seams and darts to give us that shape we were talking about.
To hold us all in.
Yes, and so, but then we can still do funky things, like we have these removable straps.
Cool. Yeah.
And of course there's the matching panties that make you feel like you can just take on your day and have this beautiful little set as your little superpower underneath your clothes.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, now there's lots of detail for these bras.
Yes.
What is the detail specifically doing?
So every bra is very different. So for example, this bra here, we call it Madison Seamless, one of our top selling bras. It doesn't have any seams, but you can see there is a dart here.
Yep.
The dart is what gives you the shape. So you don't want your breasts to just be shoved into your body, making you look like a pancake and wider on the sides. You want a shape to your breasts, which makes your waist look smaller. So the more we can bring your breasts up and out, the smaller your waist looks.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so if we can't do that with seams, we do it with fabrics that are
And the darts.
molded onto shapes that are very, very firm. So this doesn't have a lot of stretch to it,
No.
but it has a lot of shape to it. So
And it
you
has
can
a lot of
still
folds.
get, yeah, so instead
Yeah.
of using the seams, we're using a mold here and some darts.
Okay.
Whereas the seams here, here, and here, what they're doing is pushing things forward and pulling things up.
Pushing things forward and pulling things up, and all it will do is make your breasts look more even.
Yes.
And it'll make your waist look smaller. Who doesn't want that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So much more coming up. We still have to touch on swimwear, and we're going to talk about fuller sizes as well coming up on Morning Live. But for now, I'll send things back inside the studio. Welcome back to Goodnight Good Morning. We are now focusing on larger breasted women and what kind of options you have if you do have a fuller cup. And there are so many options here.
Yeah, there's so many beautiful options too. We don't compromise between fit and fashion. But I want to talk a little bit about some technical aspects of bras. So this picture here shows you where the stress of a bra is. So where you see the red is 80% of the stress of a bra.
I thought it would be here and here.
Exactly. 10% is the cups, 10% is the straps. So 80% of the bra is that back panel. And that's why we put so much engineering into that back panel, because the purpose of a bra is to lift your breasts up and get them off of your shoulders. And it can't do that if it's too loose around the back or if the back stretches out too quickly. So we put a lot of emphasis onto what we call the kickback of a bra. So that means this is going to stretch out throughout the day, but it's going to need to kick back to its original size. It can't do that if you're wearing it every single day and if it's made of a cheap fabric that is going to stretch out no matter what you do.
Right.
So that's important. The other thing I wanted to show is the breakdown of a bra. So this is one of our best-selling bras, Deauville, broken down into 45 different pieces.
That's a lot of pieces. That's a lot of seams. That is a lot of material. I mean, it's not just 4 or 5 pieces that you think are thrown together, right?
It really is a feat of engineering, and that comes at a price. So that's why these bras tend to cost a little bit more.
But you get what you pay for.
Absolutely. You don't want it to be, you know, a couple of weeks and it's done.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to talk about is the wires, because most people hate under wires, but usually it's because they're wearing a wire that's not protected. So this is a layer of foam, a layer of fabric, and a layer of felt, which is the part that touches your body. So first of all, there's no allergens in any of these products. But secondly, the wire isn't anywhere close to your skin, so you won't have any allergies with this kind of a thing. The other thing is the shape of the wire. So if I were to take this wire and cut it in half, it's going to be the shape of a kidney bean. So that means that the rounded edge goes towards your body, so no matter what way you're moving, there's
not
no
going to
sharp
stab
edges.
you. That's the worst. There's nothing worse than having a favorite bra and then all of a sudden the wiring starts popping out and you're like, ow, something's got me.
And then we also triple dip the ends so that they're a little bit more bulbous, so they don't poke through as easily. We also leave some room there so that it's not right against the edge.
That's so much more comfortable.
So there's a lot of stuff that goes into these sizes. And we do go up to M cups. So this bra, Montera, goes all the way up to M cups, and we do go to 50 bands as well. So no matter what size you are, you should be able to find something within the Prima Donna collection. These fabrics are just really heavy duty, really well made.
And soft and pretty.
Exactly. And some of them are really lightweight for summer. Some of them are, you know, if we're going to
heavier.
M cups, it's not as sheer, but we can go to H&I cups with sheer fabric.
Wow.
So, yeah, there's a lot.
Well, you need to come to Goodnight Good Morning to check out some of these beautiful lingerie sets, because not only bras, they have panties that match as well. They've got nightwear, they've got really, really pretty, sexy lingerie, but they also have swimwear, and we're going to focus on that coming up. This is my go-to bathing suit for everything. We're talking about Prima Donna. I own this suit. I have worn this suit on beach vacations. I have worn this suit to the pool. I've worn this suit out in my backyard. This is great when you're hanging out with the kids. This is great if you're going on a boat. I mean, the swimsuit, it's beautiful. It's a little sexy. It's got some, like, you know, elegance to it, but you can also get down and dirty in the sand with your kids.
Yeah, and the thing is, the key is getting the same amount of support from your swimsuit as you get from your bras. And that's why we started doing swimsuits, because we thought, you know, you've got all this amazing support in your bra, and then you put a swimsuit on and you feel like a big pancake, everything's smushed together into one big breast.
Or it drops really low and all of a sudden your boobs are at your belly button and you're like, wait a minute.
So what we do is we take the technology from the bra and we put it in the swimsuits, including the felt, the foam, all the stuff we just talked about, all the seams, all the construction, and then we hide it so that you don't actually see it. But this actually has a bra, even with the hook and eye closures in the back. And
oh,
then,
smart.
yeah, so that's a tankini, but of course there's one pieces, there's bikinis, there's all sorts of options.
Yeah.
And we do go up to eye cups in swimwear. So you can get an eye cup in swimsuits.
Yeah, I love the fact that you're so versatile. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not just, oh, well, because you've got bigger breasts or because, you know, you're a certain size, you can only wear something that looks like this.
Yeah.
Whereas Prima Donna has such a huge selection, so many different colors. I mean, the fabric itself, what is in the fabric that sucks you all in?
Well, usually there's a lining, which it's kind of like shapewear, like our bodysuits. But most swimsuits are made out of elastin, polyamide, and then you just end up using better quality fabrics. So
That's what
most
it
of our
is.
fabrics are coming from Italy, from a lot from Belgium because we're a Belgian brand. So we tend to try to use those suppliers a lot. Yeah, just better quality, better weaves, tighter weaves, more saturated colors. I just saw the swim collection for 2025. And they said that turquoise is a color that's very difficult to do. And we've never done it in Prima Donna, but we're doing it next year. And they made it sound like it was like this huge feat to do turquoise. And I was like, I guess when your standards are really high for quality, it's not easy to do things. So
Do certain colors.
Yeah. I've been working for the company for 14 years, hadn't realized we hadn't done a turquoise swimsuit before.
Like, but wait a minute, isn't that turquoise? But we all don't know what color turquoise really is, right?
I think that's green.
That's green. That's not turquoise, but turquoise kind of looks like that, but not really.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
pleasure.
today.
It was
I
fun.
have learned so much. Come here for a bra fitting. I learned about the one major point that I took away was it is not about the numbers, it is about comfort. So you can measure one way, but you could fit a completely different way.
And every brand fits differently, so let the fitting experts help you. Don't come in thinking, I'm this size and this is what I want. Let them give you their advice because they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, I came in thinking I was, you know, a 36. I was measured a 34, but I really do wear a 36. So it's like one of those things, right, that you just need the experts to help you out with.
Absolutely.
Now, what was the saying? Belgians do it better because we make better
chocolate, waffles, beer, bras.
And bras. That's more coming up on Morning Live. Come and see the folks at Goodnight Good Morning here in Oakville in Bronte Village.